What an athletic trainer is, it's someone that works with athletes, but we do more than rehab, or we do more than make them bigger, faster, stronger. We're the first responders out on the field, so if someone goes down with an injury, we're the first ones out there that get to them to give them that medical care that they need. Right after school, my office turns into Grand Central Station, usually a variety of people coming through. A lot of times they're coming in, either they had injuries that happened the day prior during a contest or a practice, or they're coming in because they already had an injury and we're going through rehab. And we also see kids that are coming from a psychosocial area. So kids that are having a hard time in school, maybe they need someone to talk to. We're another ear that they can come and vent to. Those athletes trust us in what they're doing and know that we're here to listen to them. Being an athlete to one sport is awesome. Everyone wants to be that superstar, and that's great. The only problem is when you focus on one sport, then your muscles are only getting used in that one sport. So only certain muscles are being used there. If you start doing training outside of that one sport, we'll use soccer for example. You play soccer all the time, your body gets used to those muscles that get worked, and those other muscles that aren't engaged because they're not necessary for playing soccer are weaker. Say if you play another sport or cross-train with something else, it works those opposite muscles, so it helps prevent those injuries from happening. So it's very key to make sure that you're doing a variety of different exercises to make sure that the muscles, all of your muscles, get worked out. So I am one of the few athletic trainers that gets to carry Narcan. The opioid crisis is huge. A lot of people have noticed that physicians have been quick to diagnose injuries and try to come up with a quick fix. And that quick fix might be some Percocets. You take some of those and see how you do, and then go from there, instead of going to prescribing them physical therapy or to see someone for pain management, an athletic trainer maybe that can work with them. So when they do that quick fix, the athlete starts to rely on that quick fix, realizing that that medication can easily take away their problems. Well, the more that you get into that quick fix, you try to find a cheaper way because the doctor's going to say, oh, well, I gave you X amount, I'm not going to give you any more. They reach out and try to find something else that will help with that. So that's when you start seeing people getting into fentanyl, getting into heroin, cocaine, because it's cheaper and it's a way for them to get that quick fix. What happens is the body's not used to that amount. So again, like fentanyl, where it's very, very potent, when they get that into their system, their brain starts to shut down. So the receptors for the pain get closed off, and then they start to, the body starts shutting down in terms of not breathing. So they start to stop breathing. When that happens, the best way to get those receptor sites, the opioid off those receptor sites, is to use Narcan. It knocks it off and allows the person to come back. Hydration is a huge one. Your body, when you're an athlete, you need to be drinking at least 5 to 10 bottles of water a day. Add on the sweat that you're losing when you're working out and doing your sport, you need to replenish all of that water that you're losing. So that's even more bottles of water. Concussions are a jolt or bump to the body or to the head that can cause a disruption in how the neurotransmitters function. If you get hit in the head, your brain is like jelly inside a jar, and you get hit or bumped, that jelly wiggles around in there. When it wiggles around, it pulls on those connective tissues in the brain, and it causes damage in there. Concussions are hard because it's not something that you can see. It's not a bruise. It's not a broken bone. To diagnose one, it's bringing an athlete through neurocognitive thinking processes. The impact test does that. It's neurological testing. So what we do is we have them do a baseline. The baseline tells us how their brain functions on a normal average day. If then we think that they may have a concussion or a head injury, we have them take that same test, and seeing how their brain functions after that hit helps us to better understand what's going on in there. When I'm out there, you'll see me driving around in the golf cart, and that's because I have so much stuff that's with me. The staples that I have with me, usually I have my AED with me, I have the Narcan with me, I have it's called an ambu bag. On my person, you see me with my cool little fanny pack that I go running on the fields with. Usually I have my gloves, my gauze, I have tape for quick taping, Band-Aids. I have my little cheat sheet for concussion, sideline concussion evaluations. For the fall, we also have rescue tools for football, because in case someone goes down, they stop breathing, I need to be able to remove their face mask as soon as possible. So I have different tools in there for that. I have my scissors that I can cut off a jersey quickly if need be. But I also have a huge kit that I call my traveling office. So anything that you can imagine in here, from Visine to chapstick to cough drops to you name it, I have it in there.